for joining us today. It's really good to see so many people join us from all over the globe. We're going to talk to you today about partnerships here at Iron Software. I'm Gavin Dickson, Business Development Manager at Iron Software, and I'm also joined by my colleague Nate, who's our Partnership Development Manager. And Nate will introduce himself in 2 seconds. We typically work with 3 types of partners here at Iron Software. We have our affiliate partners, we have our resale partners, and we also have our IT consultancies, or MSPs, as they're known in the industry. And that's what we're here to talk about today and give some context around how we work with IT consultancies and what's the benefit for you as an IT consultancy working with us at Iron Software. Please feel free to drop any questions in the chat as we go. We'll either answer these as we go, if they're kind of prevalent to the slide we're on, or perhaps we pause near the end and answer those questions that you guys are asking. I'm going to hand it over to Nate now, who's going to give an introduction to Iron Software, who we are, what we do, and then looking at you as a consultancy and how you can work with us. So Nate, over to you.
Thank you very much, Gavin. Thank you all for joining us today in our consultancy partner program webinar. We just to touch base on what we are and how we came here. Iron Software started off in 2015. The first component that we released is Iron PDF, which is mainly built for PDF as a PDF solution component for .NET developers. Iron PDF is basically our flagship product. It is the product which most of the developers who come into our ecosystem get first-hand experience with. And later on, they get introduced to the other available components within our ecosystem. Over the years, we've introduced new components such as Iron OCR, Iron Word, Iron Excel, up until recently, about 2 months ago, when we released Iron PowerPoint as well. In 2023, we did see an exponential increase in our user base, especially from our Nugget downloads. You can see yourself, we have around 70 million downloads so far till date. One of the reasons why we saw this increase is obviously we've introduced new products into our portfolio, but we've also introduced Iron PDF to other languages. So Iron PDF is available in Python, Node.js, Java as well. As we saw this exponential increase in our clientele, we also saw a lot of our clients coming back to us for extra consultancy help, where they would ask us to help them in the process of building complete applications and solutions for them. Our focus at the moment is based on plugins, and that's where companies such as yourselves would come in to help support the clients who are requiring extra help in creating web apps or software.
Thank you, Nate. Just before we look at our components and we delve a little deeper into a couple of those, let me just kind of give you a snapshot of us as Iron Software. When we look at clients that we engage with, or end clients, they typically kind of fall into those 3 job titles you can see at the top there, which are software development engineers or .NET development engineers specifically, IT managers, or indeed CTOs in companies. And what they're looking for is how they can positively impact timeframes on a project. And what Iron Software does, or our components does, is it will reduce the time needed for developing a project, normally from what could take weeks down to what could take hours. And from a consultancy point of view, like you guys on this webinar, what that allows you to do is save times on your project, right? And that's exactly what it is we're about. Is having a positive impact on the projects that you're working on. Just looking geographically at us as Iron Software, you can see there that our headquarters is based out of Chicago, USA. And there's kind of no surprise there that the majority of our clients are based in the USA. We have a secondary office in Chiang Mai in Thailand. And just looking at the kind of ends of the world where we cover, you can see that 25% of our client base is in Europe. Australia is our third biggest market, and 25% of the rest of the world makes up the rest of our client base. What that does mean is that we have our products available currently in over 125 languages, which means it's available for all, which is great. Nate, just maybe you can tell us a little bit about some of the products that we have, and maybe home in on one or two of those.
Absolutely. So we do have 10 different products in our portfolio. As I've talked earlier about IronPDF, it is our main flagship product. We also have other products such as Iron Word, Iron Excel, Iron PowerPoint. Something to note is when developers are creating applications with Iron Word or Iron Excel, then it's not required to have an Office suite. And we also have other applications such as Iron OCR, which is an optical character recognition, which reads 127 different languages, and it's quite flexible in the sense where you can actually connect it with any of these other components and actually make different types of use cases. For example, a lot of our customers would use Iron OCR to pull data out and then use Iron Excel on the other side to actually enrich that data into Excel format. So let's dive in a little more deeper into Iron PDF. Perfect. Yeah. So most of our clients who come to us for Iron PDF are usually struggling to generate high quality PDFs from HTML. Iron PDF is an advanced PDF processing tool with comprehensive PDF generation and editing. Developers can modify, merge, split, redirect information, and watermark PDFs dynamically. They can also encrypt their PDFs and also add digital signatures for document security. Iron PDF supports PDF-A archival standards, so clients such as government or healthcare can archive our PDFs with the industry standards of PDF-A. Most of the clients who come to us usually use IronPDF for automated report generation, invoice handling, medical records, and contracts.
Cool. Nate, we've had a great question come through, so I'm going to ask you this now because it seems like the perfect opportunity. You kind of answered this already, but one of the questions asked was, is there any of our product suite that kind of interact with each other really well in terms of projects?
Yeah. So most of our components do work quite well with each other. Like I said, Iron OCR works quite well with Iron Excel, and Iron OCR can also be used with Iron PDF to make your PDF reading technology more accurate. So Iron OCR can help Iron PDF to actually do accurate PDF reading, and it can also help in extracting data from PDFs. So let's say you had an actual document out there and you want to extract all that data. Iron OCR will pull out all that data from that document, which is in paper format. And using Iron PDF, you can actually digitize that data which Iron OCR has pulled out, and the developer can choose the headers, choose the footers, and actually the word is to recreate a PDF with its own with its own complexities. To, to be honest, yeah.
That's great, yeah, and I guess that goes back to the positive impact that has on project timeframes as well, right? For these consultancies that we're speaking to today, that's obviously massive, right? Which is great. But yeah, thank you for that, Nate.
Yeah.
Just looking at benefits for you as a consultancy, I guess a consultancy is very much a two-way street, and what I mean by that is, we have end clients that are looking for consultancy support, and we'd like to refer them to you as a consultancy, so you can look at the wider project, which our components would form part of. On the other side of that, we'd like you to start using our components, experiment with our components, and start to learn how our components could have a positive impact on some of your current projects. And we'll do that through giving you a sandbox development suite, which allows you access to all of our tools so your developers can start using those and start experimenting with our products. We've very much got 24/5 support, and we give you a dedicated account manager here at Iron Software. We very much want to provide you with sales support to really assist you in your sales journey with your clients as well. And the last part there, when we look at marketing budget, we want to look at unlocking annual marketing budgets with you to allow you to grow alongside us. And there certainly is capacity for growth for us here at Iron Software. You've seen on the first or the second slide some tremendous growth, particularly over the last few years. And the capacity for growth here is massive. And we see that by working with partners like you, which is very much what we're here talking about today. Nate, over to you.
All right. So Iron Software is compatible with leading platforms and tools, including Microsoft Azure, AWS, GitHub, Microsoft Office apps. We also support a wide range of app environments, from Windows and Linux servers to cloud-native deployments like AWS Lambda, Google Cloud, Azure Functions. This makes us easy to deploy, secure, and scale your solutions. One of the most critical aspects, especially when you're working with healthcare and government technology, is compliance. We ensure that our systems meet data security and privacy regulations. Our components do not store or retain any data as such. And that makes us aligned with key industry standards such as HIPAA, GDPR, etc. It allows you to deploy solutions that are already pre-compliant with regulations, reducing risk and audit concerns in the future.
Great, thanks for that, Nate. I think in terms of who we work with, I'd like everyone on this call to do their homework and check out just who we work with and the types of companies we work with. If I can kind of direct you to ironsoftware.com/customers, you're going to find quite a lot of testimonials on there from clients we've worked with previously, which obviously showcases the positive impact we've had. But it also gives use cases of how Iron Software can be used. And it's a great example of how our components have formed part of projects for many clients around the globe. As mentioned, you can find these client testimonials through ironsoftware.com/customers. I'm going to pause there, Nate, and perhaps we could answer a few questions that we've had through in the chat, if I may.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I think one of the first questions we've had is based around fees, and the question is there any fees associated with joining us as a partner?
So there is no fee that we're looking for when you join our partner program. We and let's say we do send you a customer through our lead referrals. There is no revenue stream as well that we are looking for. One of the main things that we are aiming for is obviously to get our licenses up and running with clients and for you to provide them a complete solution. Um, in a sense, and where it's this relationship is mutually beneficial for both of us. In the long run, what we are trying to do is we're trying to organically build consultancies such as yourself and getting used to the technology that we provide. So when a client comes in the future to you and looks for solutions related to PDF, OCR, you can be confident in recommending our solutions.
Great. The next question is very geographical specific, and
Yeah.
it is around where we have partners. And the question asked is do we have any partners currently in our neighbors from our Thailand office in Vietnam? Do we currently have any partners in Vietnam?
At the moment, no, we don't have any partners in Vietnam. We are speaking to some clients. Well, they were our clients previously, but we are speaking to them to join our consultancy network. Vietnam is the in Southeast Asia. It is our biggest developer market, so that's a great question. Hopefully, in the near future, we will find some.
Great. If we do have any partners or any potential partners on this call from Vietnam, we'd love to have a conversation with you because there's massive growth in that market on the development side. The last question is around conferences, Nate, and the question asked is do we tend to join or attend any conferences globally?
Oh, yes. So we do attend NDC in Europe and in Australia religiously every year. Although as we build our relationship, I understand that we will have relationships from consultancies in different corners of the world where there might be conferences that you might be attending. But as we grow our relationship, what you can do is you can suggest us conferences or regional conferences that you are attending, and we will actually have a look and we will take part in it, depending on the nature of our relationship.
Cool. We have a colleague attending NDC, the next NDC in Australia, correct? If I'm right in thinking, yeah?
That's correct, yeah.
Oh, nice. Brilliant.
Coming up soon. Yeah.
Great. That's all from the questions. So, if you maybe want to just talk a little bit about getting in touch with us, if anyone would like to have a conversation piece with us.
Absolutely. So, you can find me. I'm the Partnership Development Manager. My email is right there. And that's Gavin's email address as well. He's the Business Development Manager here at Iron Software. You can find more information about our consultancy partner program on ironsoftware.com/partners/IT consultancy. Thank you so much for your time today. It's been a pleasure from both of us, I bet, to speak to you about our new partner program.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Nate. Thank you very much for your questions. If you've got a question and you haven't had the opportunity to ask it, feel free to drop either Nate or I a email, and we'd be happy to have a further conversation with you. But as Nate said, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure.